he should be ready. Whereas David Pallett, this is his first opportunity of the day.
90.
I mean, the Dutchman beater, you mentioned Alfie Thompson, what a story that is. 16 years of age, young Alfie. One of the, but
59.
has not been in the winner's circle for a while, young Michael.
No, he'll be desperate to get one of those under his belt as soon as possible. So many good players around now. All the tournaments are getting spread around more often. Certainly the Players' Championship events, as we've seen already this season.
59. When you require 61.
To break. Ooh, well, should have to go for 11 ball here now. Yep. With that bounce out. Needs the ball.
36.
That's unfortunate, isn't it?
You require 97.
See what happened to it. Hit the outer wire, didn't it? The Pallett here to save his throw.
The first leg,
did well.
Kevin into Rovers.
Yeah, the young Dutchman who qualifies through the development tour, making his way in the game.
58.
Of a record 23 Dutch players taking part in this UK Open this weekend here in Minehead.
59.
Yes, so many nationalities. Incredible. 23 Dutch, some good players as well.
60.
A lot of good young players as well. Certainly the development tours bringing a lot of these players on, giving them the opportunity to play at a high level in a tour all year.
28.
That's certainly the key.
That's a good lie. Yeah.
140.
If you are just joining us on ITV Sport, day one of the UK Open, we've seen both the ladies go out in the first round. Lisa Ashton beaten by Mike De Decker, and Karen Sherritt beaten 6-1 by Carl McKinstry. Didn't do too much wrong, to be fair, missed some doubles, but McKinstry was sensational on the finishing. 6 out of 7 for the Northern Irishman. Pallett here looking to double his lead.
39.
One way off there, but
leaves it handy.
Well, I'll certainly be happy with what is left, but not with the dart going for double 18. And Doets can't do anything about the 152 now, so for Pallett, managed to hold on to that first leg. This is for the break and 2-0 lead.
Leg David to Rovers. Game on.
Yeah, semi-final 2 years ago, David Pallett. He beat some good players along the way. Robert Thornton, James Wade, Kim Huybrechts, Steve West, to name but a few. Eventually lost in the semi-finals to Gary Anderson, who won it. It was that strange old year when we were all snowed in, wasn't it?
140.
It's now in the UK Open memory box.
Yeah, absolutely. In the history books, played behind closed doors. The sun shining in Minehead 59. This weekend, for sure. We'll see Gary Anderson a little later on, no doubt. Hugely disappointed after losing in the Premier League to young Luke Humphreys in Exeter last night.
Yes, Luke coming up on the main stage in a few games against Kyle Anderson.
Some good games to come.
Yep.
Kim Huybrechts, Robert Thornton, Josh Payne and Luke Woodhouse, all playing for places in the fourth round draw and in the money. Of course, you've got to get through to the last 64, guaranteed £1,000.
Yeah, Robert Thornton, former champion as well. Phil Taylor in the final.
I bumped into Robert Thornton an hour or so ago just talking about that. Doets here looking at tops to get a leg on the board, but to break back as well. One of the best performances of his career, without a shadow of a doubt. I must remember Phil Taylor being shocked on the main stage in Bolton. Couldn't quite believe how how well his opponent was
100.
playing.
Giving you required 20.
Many happy memories of the UK Open. Great tournament. Well done. 2-1.
Kevin
It's on the board.
Yes, and he's got himself back in the match because that was a
Kevin
break.
to
So
Roifers.
we'll be throwing first here. Yes, we all like to see the 9.
Game on.
Is a darter similar to a plasterer? Well, we nearly had one on the outer boards earlier.
Yes,
Steve Brown.
Last leg decider as well, incredible.
140.
Missed double 12 for the 9 darter, but eventually did win 6-5 against Michael Barnard.
57.
Oh, the young Dutchman certainly got himself well and truly back in this match.
100.
Scoring pretty solid now. Throwing first in this one to hold and level at 2-2.
Yeah, the bounce out cost him in the first leg, really, didn't it?
60.
Nice steady action. Not a
60.
lot of body movement there, it's all in the arm. Pallett's just lost his range a little bit here.
82.
Good last one. Still over a ton behind, plus these. He's got to be wary. That's why he's gone for the 18s there.
It's a great opportunity, though, isn't it, for a lot of players this weekend, just to showcase their talents, show everyone that what they can do. I mean, not many people, to be fair, know too much about Kevin Doets, but the young man from Holland is showing everyone here that he's a decent enough player.
Yes, watched him on the
52.
development tour, as you know, Stuart. I go to most of those events,
Yeah.
and there's certainly some talent there. There really is. And you just feel that players like Kevin, opportunities to break through to be a professional player as he levels at 2-2.
Game on.
Yeah, just to reiterate how it works, get through to the third round, it's £1,000 guaranteed. Get through to tonight's fourth round, you double your money. £450,000 in total, £100,000 to the winner on Sunday night.
Second round is BFH, as Jim would say.
Yeah,
Plus fair home.
60.
When was the last time you got a bus? You can't remember, can you?
I'll be getting my bus pass soon.
92.
Good last one, but notably Dave Pallett really has lost his range on the scoring. So Doets has got to really jump in, which he is doing in this one. Oh, fabulous.
174.
Yeah, the second dart in the treble 20 blocked the rest of it. That's a fantastic switch, and got to say at the moment he's looking
58.
big favourite to make it 3 legs on the spin here. Kevin Doets.
Looks confident, doesn't he? Looks calm.
I
Got a
wonder
good
whether
action. It's got a great action,
gone
hasn't he?
for it or not. I don't know.
We will never know. Frustration from Pallett. Another one of those. For tops.
52.
Got to get his scoring back. That's better. Oh,
80.
unlucky with the last one.
Kevin, you require 20.
Timed bounce out for Pallett. It's a great guy. Just used the barrel. Well, chasing the double.
10. David, you require
Well, Dave Pallett hasn't scored well, but this could turn it around, because if he can take this out, which he can't do now.
86. Kevin, you require 10.
the opportunity
missed
is gone.
half a dozen here, Alan. Yeah, gets there in the end, that's all that matters. 3 legs on the spin for the young Dutchman.
Yes, there was a small opportunity there for Pallett, but he just couldn't have that opportunity on the double. So all looking good for the young Dutchman.
Pallett originally from Shropshire, moved down to Kettering in Northamptonshire. Very good friends with Ricky Evans. They're big practice partners. Doets there. The first 180 of the game, and total control after losing the opening couple of legs. Have a look what's going on
56.
Around the boards. Round 3. Ryan Searle, who's been in some good form. Richard North ahead. Jamie Lewis
36.
4-1 up on Ross Smith. Justin Pipe winning. Maybe a surprise there.
100.
Dirk van Dwegenborg beating Darius Labanauskis. Mark McGeaney, who we saw win on the main stage not so long ago.
59.
Big Harry Ward is through as well.
Yeah, some players playing terrific stuff. This is better from Pallett. Well, that'll make him feel better. He may still not win this leg, but that'll certainly help him in the remainder of the legs. He's got his scoring back, because that had disappeared really in the last 3 or 4.
59. Kevin, you require 36.
Well, this would be for 4 legs on the spin.
No score. Maybe
to
during
be.
Now then.
106.
A chance you feel he has to take.
Is it the treble this time? So double 16, almost fell over there, but it doesn't matter, immaterial. Well, looked all and sundry like it was going to be 4 legs on the spin. He was going to lose. Doets had 3 clear darts at double 18. Pallett stepped in with a ton plus finish.
60. 100.
See if that will affect the young Dutchman, because he was in total control of the match. Lapsing concentration, let his opponent back in. What and how will he react in the next 5 or 10 minutes?
100. 85.
It's always a really enjoyable day, the first day of the UK Open, isn't it? There's always 1 or 2 stories emerging.
59.
Tough day, Stuart, certainly for the players who play in the first round. You could be here early, obviously, practicing, getting ready for your first
92.
match, second, third, and then obviously come back this evening for the top 32 in the world. Just keeping ahead in this leg.
The one story certainly developing young Lewis Williams, qualifier and
58.
university student in Liverpool, already won a couple of games. Another one of those would be handy.
140.
That'll do.
Yeah, be happy with that.
Pallett averaging just 79.
Yes, he hasn't really moved on from that, hitting that maximum. I said, can that get his scoring going? He took that ton plus out to get himself back in the match. But he may get another opportunity. Well, he needed that one, certainly after missing those darts at double 18 in the previous leg. Didn't want to get the old double troll, did he?
The winner, by the way, will play Simon Stevenson. He's actually made some headlines on this stage in the past, hasn't he? So
played well. Was it last 8 or last 16
yeah,
somewhere? And he
did really
board
well.
2, didn't he? He's some good players.
60.
board 2, Ryan Searle, 3-2 up on Cristo Reyes.
140.
And the opportunity for one of these players who, an unsung hero you could say, who has their moments in the darting sunshine, their 15 minutes of tungsten fame, and they could be playing Gary Anderson and Michael Van Gerwen and Peter Wright later on tonight. The beauty of the UK Open.
130.
Seventh year, by the way, Alan, that we've been back here in Minehead, would you believe? 7 years. Adrian Lewis winning the first one here back in 2014. Great venue.
Should switch to 18s here, yeah. If he gets a single, leaves a finish, but treble even better.
28.
Good response from the young Dutchman.
Played well, hasn't he? Doets.
Just a couple of moments there, double 18 obviously, that was a big moment because he led his opponent back in the match when he was in complete control. But I suppose if he wins the match, that'll all be history you won't think about. It's only if you lose you think about those moments that you let slip.
$64. Kevin, you require 76.
To go within one of victory. One dart at tops. Did well, held his nerve, didn't he? Well, the man who reached the semi-finals of the UK Open 2 years ago, David Pallett, now has to do what we saw John Michael of Greece do on this stage half an hour ago. He was 5-3 down against Jeff Smith and won. Pallett has to do the same.
Playing fabulous now.
140.
Really is. Keeping the pressure on David Pallett.
97.
The strength of Dutch darts. You mentioned the 23 Dutch players here this weekend, and it is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And a lot of the players, of course, it used to be they'd take up the darts because of Raymond van Barneveld, but certainly in the last 8 years, a lot of these players have started playing because of what Michael Van Gerwen has done.
Yes, it's 60. All over the screens, isn't it, in Holland? And is it RTL or something? One of the Dutch channels. Show all the PDC darts. Very big in Holland.
140.
They'll certainly all be cheering this young man here. 81 after 9. 3-140, Stuart. Going for the match.
100. You require 81.
Well, how about this? For the match.
69.
Well, he needs another ton plus finish to save himself here. Needs a treble. Hasn't got it.
56.
So,
Kevin, you require
3 more darts to do it.
Ah, brilliant performance from young Kevin Doets of Holland. The man who reached the semi-finals 2 years ago, David Pallett, falls at the first hurdle. And unheralded, unknown Dutchman goes through to round 3, and that is what the UK Open is all about. Doets wins 6-3 on the main stage. Day 1 of the UK Open here in Minehead.